And here we go to the right side of the map. We have the Protoss player who was able to take victory in game number 1 on Antigua Shipyard, now playing on Abyssal City. This is the Woonjing Star player. It is SOS, aka Shy. Here we have him. And this is of course a map that Protoss players don't like. Every single Protoss player in the GSL that I've talked to so far really hates this map against Terran and against Zerg, because it offers just so many options for Terran and for Zerg in this matchup. To the left side of the map we have a former Code S champion. This is the star player of NS Holster. It is jjakji.
Yep. There he is, down a game here, needs a win desperately. Super smart decision making in that last game, pulling the SCVs, fighting their low economy. We saw somebody else do this very recently on Antigua Shipyard against a Protoss, and was able to just barely overpower him despite losing all of his SCVs. He had the upgrade advantage though in that case, but in this case, jjakji is at a disadvantage. Such a crazy close fight there. Now both players going to be making their initial structure, even though Nexus First and Command Center First are quite common on this map because of its size. So no corners cut here.
Yeah, the game that you were just referring to, wasn't that actually Creator?
Creator versus...
Oh, and Antigua Shipyard as well, and the only problem was that he lacked range because a drop in his main base took down the robotics.
That may have even been jjakji himself in the up and down matches. I can't remember though exactly who it was. I think both players did not get... No, it was Supernova.
Yeah.
Supernova, okay.
Supernova, exactly, yeah. That game where he didn't have range when he attacked in the last fight, and which cost him the game. Yeah, but right now we have a game on Abyssal City, and as already pointed out, this is a map that which Protoss players really don't like. And I'm impressed here by SOS. As mentioned before, he did really well in his first StarCraft 2 matches. He got a seed into Code A, and this is exactly why. Up against the former Code S champion, he was able to take the first map, doing a really, really good job here. And well, let's see if jjakji is able to claim victory on map number 2, a map that allows for some really, really dangerous drop play.
Danger, speaking of which, is what jjakji's got on the menu. He's making a tech lab right now. Yeah, how is he just going to do a similar Marauder span that we saw earlier? That is the question. SOS not skipping the Zealot though will allow him to defend this a lot easier. Is he gonna go for because he's leaving the probe? You know, sometimes we see players drop the pylon and use it for vision later on as their third pylon, but he doesn't have double gas. And he's chrono boosting warp gate research right now. I can only assume this is going to be a 4-gateway hidden push. He does not have any other real options.
There's the Robo though.
Yeah, he may add 3 gateways as well though and do a warp gate.
Exactly.
I mean a
warp gate
warp prism.
Yeah, warp prism, 4-gate into opponent's base. Pretty strong strategy. Very, very strong indeed. One of the strategies that Mana has been experimenting a lot before he faces Code S group.
Now the Shark knows about this, and I'm not sure. You know, Sharks usually don't look and tell, so I think that SOS can still go ahead with the strategy, even though he sees that the Shark has seen his build. Where's he going to make his gateways? He decides to make them in his main base. And our observer, there he goes, showing him down there at the bottom. He will add the third, and this is going to be a really cool way to try and knock jjakji out.
Oh, wow. Look at jjakji's production tab. Double expand.
jjakji is actually about to get basically cheesed out of the GSL. He does have, you know, a few Mirages that he made earlier, but he's got to deny the SCV. Does do it.
Well done. I actually like the strategy that SOS uses here, because a lot of Terran players try to be overly greedy recently, especially in this matchup. So with this strategy now, this is something that will really punish what he's doing. And he doesn't even see this one pylon that we have on the low ground.
Yep. Or nope. He doesn't.
I don't think he has enough.
He has so many of his units out in the middle of the map too. He's starting to freak out and realize what's going on.
He sees it with the one SCV. He sees the first warp in the warp prism is in the main base. Another warping just happened. He has vision onto the high ground. The rest of the units now walking across the map, and he immediately starts to pull his FDVs. He knows that he has to defend right now, and the warp prism retreats. There can be another warp in though.
He needs to. He needs to warp in.
He needs to commit now.
Yeah, he absolutely does. And now he starts to drop results. He needs another warp though. He's got it. Why is he not using it? He's supply blocked. He can't warp units in because he's supply block.
He's supply block, he's built another pilot, a huge overstep here by SOS, and at the same time the rest of the units are trying to bully his way up the ramp, and the one bunker is not enough to hold these units. He might be able to pull it off even being supply block, and yes, there are just too many units to die for jjakji.
Yeah, he's lost so much already. He needs to get back in that bunker with those Marauders. He's being very aggressive here.
And SCVs, that's all that jjakji has right now. He has the extra orbitals, but will
can't get in the bunker.
He can't make it happen.
He can't make it happen. Even if he gets in that bunker, it's been damaged. He doesn't have the resources to repair. And just look at jjakji, man. He knows this is it. He is out. No. GG, no NSHosa players in the GSL now. He was the final player.
Wow. That is horrible for NSHosa. Great for Moonjing Stars though. SOS is able to advance to the second round of Code A, which will also secure him a spot in the up and downs if he loses in round 2 or in round 3. But jjakji is now down in Code B. NSHosa doesn't have a single player in Code A or Code S anymore.
Yep. That's a sad story, but it's the reality of the situation. jjakji was the final guy. And that team is in a lot of trouble right now, but great play from SOS, and really kind of taking a gamble in the final game, but it really played to the map, and it was well executed. jjakji, unfortunately, will have to try to requalify if he decides to.
I can't believe that he's now down in Code B.
Well, let's take a look at, of course, who's going to be playing tonight, because you guys, if you haven't heard, take a look at this lineup.
So sick. I mean, Mana against ASD. We have a foreigner fighting. The second game, Maru against Effort, is also just crazy. Then we have Naniwa against Mini in a Protoss versus Protoss, the second foreigner, and Killer up against Flash.
Flash was able to qualify, not dropping a single map.
Yeah. And
this is going to be epic.
This is actually better than Code S.
Tell everybody you know to watch this match. There was a thread, the preview thread on Team Liquid said something like, it may be the best day of Code A ever.
What do you mean maybe?
I mean, I think it's pretty conclusive. We already had good matches this morning, but tonight...
Hey, we have two foreigners. We have Flash, and the one game that kind of... The worst game, or the game with the least focus on, is Effort against Maru. I mean, that basically says it all.
Yeah. Well, guys, have a good rest of your break time before these matches. Don't forget, we have GNN today at 5:10 p.m. Korean Standard Time, 1 hour early. And after that, of course, these sick matches. So see you then.